Ooh, how y'all doing? Y'all know I'm a little bit late. That's what I do best. But I'm here. I'm getting my drink. Make sure y'all get y'all drink. Okay. Ooh. Let me, girl, I'm here. Okay. Let me. In order to get into the club, you got a thumbs up. If you want free entry, you got a thumbs up. Okay. Oh my God, I don't want stuff to fall. Okay. Girl, I'm here. Can I zoom this in? Let me zoom this in. Woo. Girl, I'm here. Y'all better. Ooh, we almost didn't make it. Never would have made it. You know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? Definitely let me know how you're feeling. I'm just trying to get my hair together, y'all. Okay. Finally, girl, you're 7 minutes late. You know what? Y'all can drag me. Go ahead, drag me. But you know what? Since I'm here now, can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a like? Okay. In order to get into club, sip and luxuriate, you got a thumbs up. Okay. Entry is free. We just need a thumbs up. Okay. Then you also got to tell me where you're from. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna tell y'all what we drinking tonight because this was a recommendation. Okay. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, so who's in the building? Nang Kang. I don't want to mess up your name. Nang, I'm gonna call it Nang, Nang. Girl, we coming in. All right, you look amazing. Thank you so much, Nang. Brown Beauty, hey girl. Houston, Texas. You actually live. That's right. I'm here. Jersey in the motherfucking building. North Carolina in the house, Pittsburgh, New York City. How is everybody doing in New York City though? Especially, what y'all doing? Like, what's going on? Okay, you have to tell me what you're drinking. You tell me where you're from, where you repping, what you're sipping on. I want to let y'all know, honey. Take a screenshot, okay? Take a screenshot of this. Let me hold this right here. Can y'all take a screenshot? Lambrusco. This was a recommendation. My sister, if you're watching this, I love you. You did that. It's nice. It's a little sparkling situation. Nothing too crazy. It's subtle, but it hits you. And we put fresh fruit in our wine because we need that energy, right? Okay, so let me drink. I'm here. I'm early St. Vincent in the Grenadines. Okay. Here from Delaware, sipping on Moscato. We love Moscato. Indianapolis is in the building. Apple juice straight up. You know. Yes. Yes, that is the brand of the Lambrusco. It's a soft, lively red wine. That's how they say it. Girl, you glowing. You think so? I went so heavy on my little highlighter. So y'all, let me know if you can see me from Mars, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to capture. Thanks for keeping it real. Stay lovely and beautiful. Thank you so much, KK. How you doing, Victoria? She's drinking pink Moscato. So I'm gonna just let everybody know. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you already did yourself a huge disservice. I just want to let you know that unfortunately, you played yourself because last night we went crazy. Now I'm about to drop a little bit of tea. You know what I'm saying? Should I wait? Make sure, like I said, I'm gonna drop a little bit of tea in a few seconds because we just getting in. Everybody getting settled. You know what I'm saying? Telling everybody, how you doing? Say hi. But my Instagram stories were insane last night, and a gentleman fell into my DMs, voice notes. He had a lot of energy for me. Well, girl, I'm gonna just let you know right now. Let me see. Love your hair. Always look at you, girl. You do your thing, my sister. Thank you. Why do women wear highlight? I don't see the point. Maybe that's just you. I love it. And it looks good on me. I'm sipping on some water. Yes. What's tea, sis? Okay, so last night, okay, boom. We were talking about having complications in the bedroom, right? So let's say your partner is having issues with like maintaining. I don't want to get like flagged on here, but he's having issues staying on that level. So basically he was like, you're always bashing men, he was like, you know, and he was like, when you do post about men that you like, they're muscular, they got a 16 pack. And he was talking about, he said, and they got like the perfect hairline. He's like, you never post anything other than that. I'm like, ooh, this is a lot of energy for I just like to post men that I like to look at, so I didn't know that was a problem. So then basically he was like, he was sending me voice notes, and honey, he sent a voice note, and then he tried to, you can when you send a message on Instagram, you can like take it back, and but I heard it. I'm like, you messed yourself up. What was you trying to say? So he sounded insecure. Let me tell you something. You said it, not me, okay? No shade to him, but what I'm learning is a lot of these men don't like when you hit the nail on the head, and when you're speaking a little too loud and too clear and directly, and it hits their ear, and they don't like that. So basically, he's not a fan of the men that I post. He thinks I bash men, but then all of that to say, he said, I love what you post. He was like, it makes me think. He was like, so I'm gonna definitely give you that. I'm like, I'm not looking for your props, my love. Like, that's not what I do here. Okay, I'm here to empower women, give them the tools, and if you like it or not. But I told him, what I need you to realize is that you as a man, you have a certain level of privilege that women do not have. So I need you to never deny the fact that you possess a privilege that women cannot, well, not cannot, but have to work very hard to occupy that same amount of space. I said, so I don't want you to ever neglect that. And what I do here is I acknowledge that. And if you don't like that, then you can take it elsewhere. Oh, you come into my DMs, you come strong, or you're gonna get messed up. Okay? You don't come. Hey sis, oh hey Oni, how you doing? Not your fault your standards are high, it's his fault he's below it. So let me tell you something, and this is the thing, this is something that y'all gotta look out for. There will be men that will try to approach you and try to like talk a good game, but like make you lower your standards. But you need to make sure that you know exactly who you are, because they're gonna try you. They will try you. How you doing, Jamila? So that was just crazy. So if you're not following me on Instagram, the link is in the description. The hairstyle for this is in the description. But I don't think I was wrong. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I think hang up 2020. You know what? Mochaccino, you got the memo. Everybody hashtag hang up 2020. You know, I could have clearly just hung up on him, but you know what I'm saying, he came around to his senses, because I'm gonna let you recognize how you sound crazy right now. And he did. He was like, but I love your stories and I love listening to them. He was like, you make me think, you drop some gems. I'm like, I know. But this is what I told him. This is how I ended everything. This is what I said. When you want to stop resisting the truth and acknowledge the privilege that you have as a man, and when you're ready to actually present a challenge, I like when people challenge me, but if you can't do that, get Eunice, love the hair. Thank you so much. So let's talk about the left hand. What? Girl, no. What's your sign? The dollar sign. Try to mark you down, not clearance over here. Okay. Oh, he was big mad. You know that. It's your page, and okay. People don't like to unfollow you. They want to keep following you. They want to stay up with you, and they want to see like everything that you have to say. But then like, girl, you have the option, girl or boy, whoever, however you identify, you have the option to leave. Hi, Shanace. I hope I'm saying it. Shanace, help me. Hang up 2020. That's right, Shalonda. So you guys, it's your world. Like I said, when you come in here, if you want to be in the club, you got to give a thumbs up. That's all you need to do for entry, okay? And the thing that I need for you all to do is tell me what it is that you want to talk about. I'm gonna see what you guys wanted to talk about via Instagram, so I'm gonna check that real quick. Was this guy even someone you were previously involved with, or was he just arguing with you because he was insecure? So, you know, people just fall into your DMs. You get what I'm saying? And so, depending on how you come, I may entertain you. You know what I'm saying? Do I know this person? Am I, you know, aware of them? Yes. So, that's about it. Auntie Pink, how you doing? Oh, Plush Diva is in the building. Yes. How you doing? Building an influencer brand, girl. There's what research have you done? You let me know what research you've done, and then I can that we, you know what I'm saying, that then possibly we can have a conversation. Oh, no. Now let me see. I'm sorry, y'all. Now let me see. Girl, I love you from Florida. How you doing, Island Chic? Okay, now what I'm trying to do, because what I noticed is y'all be, I'm trying to get these, I'm trying to go back to the Instagram thing. Why do some people lower their standards? I don't know. I should ask y'all if y'all are comfortable with me like sharing y'all stuff. I don't know. We'll see. But somebody said, why do some people lower their standards? Why do you think people lower their standards? Like, what is the reason? Have you ever lowered your standards? I wish the internet had you when I was in my 20s. Oh, that's a compliment. But you know what? You're here now. You can take full advantage. I mean, and you can make a turnaround. Always. Let me get my little glass together. How you doing, Miss B Love? Low self-esteem. Okay. That's heavy. That's very heavy. What are we struggling with as far as low self-esteem? Like, because I want to make sure when I give my message that, you know what I'm saying, I'm tailoring my message to meet the need. Hi, Latasha. How you doing, girl? I have the same phone cover. Love it. Yes, from Amazon. This is a very good phone case. Hello, Auntie. Just got off work and couldn't wait to join in from Indigenous Indiana. Okay. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, she said, no, I mean, that's probably why people lower their standards. Some people lower their standards because they want company. Can we talk about that? Especially to my ladies who are getting a little bit older. Honestly, I had someone reach out to me, and this is honestly what I wanted to talk about. This is big. So if you were someone who maybe you are like a little financially insecure, you don't feel that you are where you want to be, so you believe that you can't want a certain type of person because you yourself aren't where you want to be. Let me tell you something. I think that women believe that they have to have like this whole entire package, but to the right person, you can have zero and you will be everything, and that is the truth. You know what I'm saying? So Indianapolis, I'm like, okay, I got you, girl. Don't worry about it. So here's my thing. Someone wrote into me. They said that they make, let's say they make under $30,000 a year, and they felt like, how am I supposed to date up? How am I supposed to level up? Like basically fixating on the fact that they aren't where they want to be. And I need you to take the focus off of that, because are you just the amount of money that you make? Is that your identity? What else do you have to offer? You know what I'm saying? What is it? And just for you, what other hobbies are you doing? Like, and then what are you all doing like on a personal level to like improve yourselves? Like, what hobbies do you have? Granted, right now we can't really do too much, but what are you guys doing? Do you have hobbies that allow you to meet other people? Like, how are you putting yourself out there? And then are you afraid to put yourself around people who might make you feel small because you don't have certain things? Are you in a position, are you confident enough to put yourself into circles where you know you can learn from people, you can be uncomfortable with that, it's gonna, you know, lead to your growth? Okay. Okay. I realized for a minute, I'm like, you know what? I'm over here. I can't be the smartest in my circle because I don't grow like that. I need to be around people that make me feel uncomfortable, that make me feel like I need to tighten up. But I need to be around people who aren't going to like belittle me or make me feel bad as if they have everything, because honey, there's somebody that has something more than you. But what I do like is when people have grace and humility and they create that space for you to learn and grow. Okay? Now, always spilling gems, Kay. I'm trying. Every woman should increase their standards, whether it's career, salary, types of friends, relationships, whatever it means for you to improve. I'm all for it. And that's it. And another thing, we all know, I am so big about women. When you get into the workspace, whatever it is that you do, I want you to ask for what you believe you deserve. People are in the business of intentionally lowballing black women. I think that has become like customary. I mean, it's basically, I feel like it's the standard, high key, low key. So get in the space of asking for what it is that you want, because you never know who's going to tell you yes. It could be that person. You're convincing enough, you're confident enough, and you have the skill set. Or maybe as you did your research, you know the average cost of living, you know the median salary of whatever area you live in, and you said, you know what, if I want to live and thrive here, I want this amount. You are not your income. Your income does not define you. And if you are around people who make you feel small based on what you make, maybe you should reconsider your circle. Because let me tell you something, like I said in my last live, it's a lot of people who are in situations currently, their whole livelihood has changed, okay? Okay? I just said that I need to increase my circle again, okay? Okay? If you have friends who are like a headache, you know what I'm saying? And when I say a headache, you can love your friend, but if they have the same like boy problems from like high school, it's time to remove yourself. It's time to reinvent yourself, because you haven't shed that layer. You're still walking around with the stuff that you had on you from last year, from 10 years back, okay? I'm getting so many DMs right now, like, whoa. Jesus. Yes, that's my thought process right now. It takes away from, let me see. Every woman should have, yes, I read that. So, okay. Yes, on the low ball, it's the truth. Real talk, I got rid of my old circle for a new positive group of friends. And then, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to travel? Do you want, like, honestly, this is what I have been praying and asking God. I said, God, you know what? Can you, like, give me a group of people, like a circle of people who, are willing to see the world, are willing to do something different, are willing to switch it up, are willing to take risk. I can just call them at a drop of a dime and we out. We can make a move. I want to know that that is something that can actually happen. Trust me. It gets crazy. It gets crazy when you want to make a move and you can't. Now let me see. How to reinvent yourself. That's a good question. That's a very good question. How do you reinvent yourself? Okay? I'm cooking dinner, drinking a boiler, listening to this word. I hope, okay. New millionaire. Okay. How do you reinvent yourself? Everything that you once knew that you thought was good, that worked, maybe you need to start revamping it, or you need to look at what actually works. What is working and what is no longer working. Have you outgrown your circle? It's time to start there. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Like, perhaps you don't, I mean, I'm not saying ghost your friends, but like let things, create that distance. Like let there be a little bit of distance between you and your friends, and hopefully they understand. But then at the same time, have you noticed like you're confined to your home space? Nothing is really going on. You're not going out and meeting new people and going to different places. Okay, I don't want you to keep going to the movie theater. Honestly, I don't think it's too much going on over there. Let's go to the country club. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the golf course. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what the boys and girls are really doing. Let's see what, you know what I'm saying, money looks like. And don't let that be uncomfortable for you because you believe that you don't have that. What do you look like? You know what I'm saying? The boys and girls have like $0 and they're out here dressed to kill. Okay? Fake it till you make it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Be honest with yourself, but even in your discomfort, and when I say fake it till you make it, in your discomfort, I need you to be confident, because know that you need to be there. How you doing, S. Crockett? Start with your spiritual growth. God will show you your next move. Okay, and that's a great point. So I was just telling someone yesterday, if you are someone who's religious, you believe in like a higher power, and you're spiritual, fasting is a great way to gain clarity and remove all of the distractions out of your life. Sometimes, like this wine, I'm not even gonna hold you, it's good, but like when you want clarity, when you want to make sound judgment, put the wine down. Put the wine down, okay? And write more, go for walks more, get in tune with what's in here, what's in your mind, okay? People sleep on golf, but business deals are made. On that green. Just saying, okay? So glad you brought up the benefits of fasting. I'm telling you, when I have made some of the best transitions of my life, your girl was fasting, and I'm talking about aggressive fasting, that fasting where like you're so hungry, like mentally you just want to eat everything, but you know you have a purpose, and so you eliminated all of those distractions, and you've really been able to center yourself. Because like I said, the process of leveling up, the process of reinventing yourself, it's going to be a little bit of isolation and about creating distance between yourself and others, so that you can get a more introspective look and like really reflect and see what's going on. What am I doing? If you're not happy where you are in life, it is never too late to change it. And that's on what? Okay. Okay, like I said, just to make y'all, you know, this is club sip and luxuriate. If you want to dance and if you want to kiki, you gotta hit that thumbs up. You gotta hit that thumbs up, okay? Like me, I'm on my 15-day water fast, and my dog is looking like a snap. But okay, so what day are you on the 15-day fast? And I think the fast is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's literally, it's everything that you need, like, period. I'm blessed, love. We just got home from work. I was literally just telling myself I need a video from Pink. I listened to your video while I listened in yesterday while I was doing laundry. And how did you like it? So and let me tell you something, and this is a word. This is for all my women in this video, and I need you to really hear this because I'm really about to say something real. If you don't believe that you are deserving of something because you don't possess a certain thing, that is a scarcity mindset. For you to believe that you are entitled to anything that you are willing to work for, that is a mentality riddled with scarcity. And see, they want you to buy into that. They want you to believe that you can't want those things or work for those things or believe that you can have those things or believe that you can have access to those things, because for you to envision yourself in a better space and in better environment, better conditions, better financial circumstances, they don't want you to get there and get to that space. But that scarcity mindset, that is so deeply embedded in our ancestry. Don't settle for what it is that you have right now when you know there is a whole world for you to take. Okay? Speaking of, one of the things that I was thinking about doing was completely changing my location. You know what I'm saying? Just like completely just up and trying to do something different. I don't know, you know what? I don't know where I'm going to be. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm like, you're comfortable. You're comfortable. You like this air of comfort that surrounds you. You like knowing that when you wake up, it looks like this. And when you go to bed, your bank account looks like this. And when you, you're comfortable with what you grew up around. But when you change that, how do you become stronger? And how will you adapt? Are you willing to adapt? Because see, most people, when it gets hard, they want to stop. So I'm about to shake my life up. I mean, once this little corona thing gets together, you know what I'm saying? I'm a fast, and I'm going to get so right with God. I was thinking about getting a juicer. The moment I get a juicer, I'm going to tell you right now, it's over for the boys and the girls. Over, because it's going to be, I'm going to be juicing, I'm going to be praying, I'm going to be walking, I'm going to be running. Girl. Just so y'all know what I'm drinking. Okay? This is it. Can y'all see that? Oh, my wrist. Okay, Lambrusco. She's a vibe. Now, also, I wanted, since we're on the topic of, like, you know, self-improvement, I just want to let y'all know. This, can y'all take a screenshot of this, please? Let me tell you something. It says to use this 3 to 4 times a week, and I use it 3 to 4 times a week. This right here, sexy. Okay, the scent, the fragrance. You know I don't get down with too many fragrances, but this is pomegranate seeds and shea butter. And when I tell you, this is what I meant when I told y'all in my level up video, if you don't have a morning routine, now is the time. Okay, even if you're going into work, even if you have a few off days, even if they've cut your hours, we're not going to look at it as a negative. Because you know what, God is going to work some miracles when a disaster strikes, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit more time in the morning, and we're going to use this this body scrub. I'm sorry, this exfoliating body polish, and we're going to get our body right. In the morning, girl, shower will turn into a whole nother experience. Is that a body butter or a scrub? They call it a body polish, exfoliating body polish. It's by Dove. It's the pomegranate seeds and shea butter. When I tell you, you know I got it because it's pink, right? But still. And then you're like, okay, pink, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna get my morning routine together. Okay, you need to do things that make you feel good. One of my favorite fragrances, Omnia Coral. I'm sorry, Omnia Coral. This is by, is it Bulgari? You know, the way they be saying it, you know. This is Omnia Coral. This is the, honey, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm low. I already went to go purchase another one. But let me tell you something. When you want the boy, you know what I'm saying? When you want somebody, you know, to notice you when you walk past, oh, this is it. I have been wearing this since, I want to say college. Because I had a boyfriend who bought this for me, and like once I got myself together, I'm like, you can't tell me a goddamn thing. Another one, you got it because it's pink. Yep, exactly. That's exactly why. You know, good vibes come with smelling, feeling good, and just makes the whole day. I love smelling pretty. That's right. This one is Penrose. This one is a little bit more expensive, I think. I got this from Sephora, and this is Mystical Misfit. Now listen to me, this is a little bit of a different fragrance. Like at first it threw me off, but I got it because it was pink. I'm not even gonna hold you. And honey, you spray it as soon as you get out of the shower. You know what I'm saying? We spray perfume on a nice damp body so it dries down. And you know what I'm saying? Then you put your lotion or your oils on. Listen, I've been in here. I got the essential oils going. I set a whole mood. My new diffuser came. I'm gonna share that on Instagram. It came, and honey, let me just tell you something. I'm all about a vibe. If I don't feel good, I don't want it. I don't want it. You can have it. I'm all about feeling good. Why you think I'm glowing? I felt it. It's a scrub try. I think it's about $6. It'll have your skin so soft and smooth, okay? Yes. Vulgary. Yeah. It's an interesting thing. So you can, okay, so this fragrance is from Sephora. So I would get these from Macy's because, you know, when they stop you and they get you, and I got the Omnia Sapphire, which is a pink version, but I like this one more. So you can get this from Macy's, or you can get this from FragranceNet. I think it's cheaper on FragranceNet, but if you like nice packaging, I would say get it from Macy's. But this one came from Sephora. The Mystical Misfit, this is from Sephora. Yes, get down with the oil diffuser, okay? Oh my god, I want to see the diffuser. Oh, y'all gonna see the diffuser. I'm gonna show y'all how to set a goddamn vibe. Like, we gonna get this vibe together, okay? Okay, so I told y'all where to get the perfume. Okay, you got it because it's pink. Yeah. Searching for a fragrance now. I'm telling you, go search Omnia Coral or Omnia Sapphire. I believe that's the pink one. I believe, you know, it's been a while, but I love Omnia Coral. Let me tell you something. I don't play when it comes to this. If you want to smell like it's ready to go down, like, you know what I'm saying? If you going over their house, you know what I'm saying? They coming over your place, you know what I'm saying? Spray the entrance. Girl, okay, we get down. Having good perfume is everything, okay? Burberry Brit is it for me. Okay, it's it for me. I like how she said that. God is my BFF. Now, thank you, S. Crockett. Thank you so much. Now, I want to make sure I get into you know, I'm still trying to get through these things. What is it, like things, y'all, topics that you guys wanted me to discuss. So someone wanted to discuss interracial dating, investing in the time of Corona, and the glow up. Now, here's my thing. Now, I'm going to really need you to hear me. I don't care how much money you think you have, how much money you believe you have. I would say sit on your money. Save your money, okay? And I'm not even going to hold you. If you could, you know, if you could get here with me, all of it don't got to be in the bank. If you can get what I'm saying. Like, all of it don't got to be in the bank. So, if you want to pull some of it out, or invest it accordingly. You know, if you want to get like the politicians and kind of like invest it in like what's expected to do well, you know what I'm saying, when you're privy to information before everybody else is, so you put your money into the stock market like that, you can do that as well. Please post the diffuser info. I've been looking for it. Let me tell you something. When I post this diffuser, because after I get off of live, I always go on Instagram and post like highlights. And the diffuser that I bought, it has pure Himalayan salt in it. Girl. Yeah. Yeah. It's so good. Pei Ping says, just joining the chat. I'm sipping on Rancho La Gloria. Ooh, peach margarita, and it is everything. Okay, we putting each other on. I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. Okay, we got 200 people in the building, and it's only a half an hour. And I want to say thank you to everyone who was here. Okay, if you wanna come into Sip and Luxuriate Club, you need to hit that thumbs up button. Okay. I keep mattress money on the low. Never know what's going on in this world, okay? Because you know what I'm saying? The expectation is that the banks are safe. And you know what I'm saying? Granted, it's a lot safer than when things were going on with the Great Depression or the recession, like a lot better. But still, I'm going to leave that to you all. And if you have a financial advisor, if you have an accountant, I would say this is the perfect time to have a conversation with them. And you know what I'm saying? That 3 to 6 months money, just save to the side. So if you need to maneuver, if somebody call you like, I need you to do this for me, you got that money, you can move it. You get what I'm saying? I got a suitcase in my closet with stacks in it. Don't be. Okay? That's not, they can't tax. They can't tax what they don't know about. Okay? In a world collapse, it's not safe. Always keep a stash in a house or in a safe place. Wherever you choose to keep it. You know, wherever you choose to keep it. Don't tell people where you keep it, okay? Don't tell people where you keep it. I'm just saying, y'all do what you believe is best. And you know what I'm saying? I got a suitcase. Okay, let me. Found it and it's going into my cart. That's right. Okay. So how to glow up. Like, what do y'all mean by glowing up? Like, what do y'all want to do? Because I mean, it's not much to do. Like, what are y'all trying to glow up for? Like, so once Rona is over, y'all trying to like glow up and like really pop out? Like, y'all want to pop out on somebody that's been like on your radar, or what? Like, what's the energy? Because a glow up to me is clarity. A glow up to me is taking control of your health. So if that means you're going on a walk, if that means you're going running, or if you're doing 30 minutes of activity, come on. I'm such an advocate. Like, I don't want the girls to get athletic clothing just because it looks cute. I need you to move. We need to move. Like, I'm so past this idea of like health being an aesthetic, and like the girls like take on and take off their fitness like aesthetic. It's like, let's go outside, let's get active, let's run, let's go up the stairs, like let's do something. Make sure y'all have excellent renters, homeowners insurance if keeping money in the house. Tell the boys and girls. Tell the boys and girls. Start with the physical glow up. Do more skincare vids, and I'm also here for the mental glow up. Okay. You want to glow up financially? Okay, so you know how you glow up financially? You take control of your finances. You find out the money you have coming in, the money that's going out. Because the money that's coming in, you need to have a full idea every month. If you are an influencer, or if you're someone who is in like more of the independent contractor, or like that 1099 form, what I need for you to do is never overestimate how much you can make. And so in times like this, when things can fluctuate, because I saw so many stories on Instagram of the girls who were literally panicking because speaking engagements got canceled, concerts, festivals, everything took a shift. And if that money is not being paid out because it's not guaranteed that things will resume at when this is over, things could be pushed back till next year. So that money is put on hold. So I never want you all to overestimate how much you make. And the key to like really staying ahead is to underspend, to save more than you spend. Yes, ma'am, I'm moving in the house, chasing my son around. Yo, this vibe's gotta go so my baby and I can get back outside. Okay. That's why living within your means is important. And you know, we live in a very, like, I'm not even gonna hold you. We live in a very, like, flashy, a very, like, look at me, conspicuous kind of, like, you know, time. And first of all, I don't want anyone here to think that you have to wear your wealth in order to look like wealth. So that's, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give the boys and girls the same clothes. I mean, whatever. I'm not someone who, I don't have to prove anything to y'all, and my wealth is not in what I wear. I think that's a poor investment. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, I had so many plans to travel this year. God was good to me last year, and He has been good to me this year. And so I was trying to be in a whole other country, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay. You're a true asset woman. I don't know what that means. I'm investing my time wisely, getting this clothing line together, so when this is over, I'll have something other than my job going. Okay. My friends laugh at me because I live a minimalistic life, but now I'm chilling during a pandemic with cutbacks at work. You know what? A lot of people got a lot of stuff to prove, and believing that you have to prove yourself, there's some sort of insecurity and there's some scarcity mindset, like all intertwined and intertangled in that. And if I gotta be around people that I believe I have to impress, or that I have to, like, you can have it, you can completely have it, you can keep it, that's not for me. This is like I said, this is a time to either save your money, live way below your means, stack your money if you have the ability, or invest it where you see fit. The politicians was invested their money into programming for, like, telecommunications, like remote services, so people can, like, so things like Zoom and Oracle. That's where the boys and girls of politicians, that's what it was putting their money, because they knew everything was going to have to go to a different interface, it was going to have to go online, so that's where they put their money. So I'm saying, be ahead of the trend, you know, well, you can't be ahead of the trend because, you know, unless you're a crook, but you know what I'm saying, if you want to be in the know and make sense and make your money work for you, keep your eye out, you know what I'm saying, to the streets, like, to the news, like, what else? Okay, so let me make sure we good. Asset, meaning you add so much value to any relationship. That scares me a little. Because, you know, we have to be careful about what we add to a relationship, because you know what I'm saying, I don't like depletion, you know what I'm saying, I'm a whole person and I don't want to deplete. More self-love and level up talk. Okay, we got that. Can we discuss threesomes? I've been recruited by a couple and I am confused. Girl, sometimes I think y'all be trolling. Like, what, you were recruited for a threesome, and what happened? Okay. Has anyone, okay, like, real talk, like, if you're not comfortable saying this, you do not have to say anything, but has anyone here done a threesome? The energy is different. What are the people saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you choose to do that, that's you. But here's the thing, I'm going to tell you something. Here's the thing I'm going to say to you. Before you get yourself into that lake of fire, I need you to understand, because it doesn't always turn out the way that you think. Okay, she said nope, no how. You know what? Okay, so here's, why wouldn't you do the threesome? So why are we, like, saying no? Like, why are we against it? Nope, I'm too stingy for that. I've done it. Never do it with a spouse or serious partner, though. Why? What? So why wouldn't you do it with your like, a partner that you're serious with? Like, would you do it with your husband? Would you just do it with someone that you're casually seeing? Like, you know, y'all, all three of y'all there, you might as well. Like, what's going on? Three's a crowd. Oh my God, that energy is crazy. I have with my man, it was a disaster. No, sis, those energies stick with you and aren't always good. You know what? You make a good put in tears, a hot ass mess. No, not for me. I think it will backfire. That's a little interesting. I've done it. It was a great experience, but I've done it. It was a great experience because we both wanted to try it. But does your partner know their limitations? Like, can your partner respect those boundaries? Can your partner respect the fact that when this person leaves this, or when we leave these living quarters, you're not going to go back and chase this person? Like, what's the energy here? Like, what is, huh, huh, hmm. Because let me tell you something. Could you imagine, like, doing this whole little threesome thing, and the next thing you know, your man or your girl is, like, dipping off with the person that you invited into the threesome? How would you feel? Like, what would you even do? I couldn't with a loved one because I don't want that imagery of him with another. You know what the imagery is? The imagery, it could be a very big thing for a lot of people. Three's a crowd. Okay. Some people have the energy and they don't mind. Listen, I would say find someone that if you're going to do it, find someone that's respectable about like boundaries, because just because you have a threesome, it doesn't mean that you're a terrible person, that you're like despicable, like get out of your brain. But just people don't respect boundaries, and so for that's why things go wrong. And then also, don't be doing it trying to please your partner to make him stay. It won't make him stay, since he's still gonna bounce. He's still gonna bounce. You just gave him permission to dip into one more body. You get what I'm saying? A lot of times they start dealing with the other person in secret, okay? Because then they get on the phone like, you know what? You know what the thing is? They will start lying about. They be like, oh, she said come over. You know what I'm saying? And we could just do what we did last time. And the whole time when the girl come over or when the extra person comes over, it's just them two. And boom. And boom. If I was still 20 and slimmer and drunk and a lot of other things, I may watch one. Girl, I'm dead. Talk about it first. I did it and it was fun. It was a bucket list. Okay, exactly. My man thought he could handle me and my fine ass friend, but had performance issues and then got mad at me for enjoying myself. Wait. Performance issues, but she enjoyed herself. I heard that. Okay. No offense, but even if it weren't the COVID-19 thing going on, you're still exposing yourself to other diseases and then possible ridicule from the people who you're inviting afterwards. Not worth it. That's a way to look at it. I enjoyed it. My ex-partner did not. Threesomes and love don't mix. Threesomes and love don't mix. What that mean? What that mean? Girl. How you doing, Sharon Lambrusco? Okay. Girl, this is good. I wish I would have chilled it a little bit more. It would have been. Ooh. Responsibility probably goes along, but you know what? Ooh, listen. Oh, one thing that I did want to because they sent me a direct message and asked me about dating like influencers or like celebrities. Like, I don't know why. I guess because of my last live, like, you know what I'm saying? People be trying to just like. So here's tea. When you are dating, we're gonna get to performance issues. If it's Brown Beauty, in like 5 minutes, come back to me with that question. Bring that question back. Is that a sweet wine? Yes, it is. So, you know what? When you're an influencer, or when I am private, so I'm not gonna spill my tea. Like, I'm gonna just give you general broad tea. Okay, so a lot of people, when you have like a presence on Instagram, I think Instagram is like a place where a lot of people, like, it's so visual. You get to see, so like people just become aware of you, of like the explore page. Let's say something goes viral, just people get on your radar. And especially if you go to events. Now, I have going to events is a real thing, because you realize like who's real and who's not, and like who's faking. Not even who's faking, but like it's just, your energy is just really different in person. Like, so it's crazy. So like going to things like I would going to festivals, like things where there's hella people, there's hella personalities there. Like, it just puts so much into perspective. But the thing about it is, I think why people get so caught up is that literally people are enamored by like artists. People really love, like, and like when you're on the outside looking in, like somebody sees you and they see what you do, they really love it, they admire it. But then like you have to think about the aspect of like how difficult it is to like, for me it's difficult to like get 100%, 110% comfortable, like especially in person, because I'm an empath. So I'm trying to figure you out, because, and this is some true shit. A lot of people be lying in person. I don't understand that. What's going on? Why be lying? Like, you know, I don't ever say anything, but I'm just like, why do boys and girls be lying about like small stuff? It's no point. Like, you know, I don't have a desire to like, just keep it G. I don't want anything from you. I'm gonna leave when we through and whatever. So I think when you're dealing in a space with hella influencers, definitely like a lot of artists, this is why I think so many, and this is the real tea. I think this is why so many black influencers, successful black women influencers, date down. Like, I wanted to do a whole video on that, but like the unpacking that will require, I don't even know if I just even want to get into it. But like this, like literally the the a lot of the girls are dating down. They are successful as fuck in dating down. And it's, if that's what you want to do and you're comfortable with it, and I'm not going to say dating down to be like derogatory, but like knowing how much that you like embody and the value that you have, the inherent value that you have, like, whoa, whoa. And I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like, oh, I'm only dating up, because I've had my spell, sis. But it's black women in particular who are successful on this platform, and it's like it's become it, until they get to the point where they realize like this shit is not gonna work. It's like there's this issue of like dating down. So, and like I said, I had my period of like, I'm like, ooh, what is this? Like, bitch, I'm doing better than you. Like, I don't need to be with you. I don't need to be dealing with you. It's like, what? I wonder why they do that. So here's what I'm gonna say. When you are an influencer and you are in this space, sometimes you want a partner that takes you away from it, because your personal life and your professional life, sometimes those lines become blurred. And so when you have someone who isn't associated with social media, has no desire to be involved with it, shout out to the men who post like a photo every 5 years, I see you, I love you, we get that. But like, there are people who are like that, who are so disconnected from social media. You want that connection because they don't want what you have initially. Notice how I said initially. And then as they, because that disconnect, it lasts only but for so long, because then, like I said, I had my period of like where you're dealing with a man who they begin to invest in you, and then they start helping you taking photos, or they start helping you with your camera settings, or they get involved in your business and like your, and how you're running everything. And so that disconnect starts to get lost. And then now they're aware of like the influence you have, the reach that you have. They get an idea of the money that you make. Side note, can we get a jewelry video? Girl, what, a jewelry video? I don't know. Is that, would that be, let me know. Do y'all want a jewelry video? I say jewelry. Would you like a jewelry video? That's how real men get down. Not a lot of time to just sit and post pictures. Okay, boom, see, now you're giving me energy, like, boom, just post pictures. But like, granted, that's some people's livelihood, and that's how they make their earning, like their living. But dating the videographer and the breakup will be even messier. So here's tea. You gotta be real careful. I'm trying to like be careful. I don't wanna, but whoever just talked about the videographer, like any, just like there being a chance where you date your photographer, you date like, cause you know what I'm saying? Like, and I could do a whole video on the issues with photographers. Like, I have tweeted about that. I have retweeted shit about that. You will be on set with a company and shit will still happen. There is so much that has happened and I just never talk about it because I'm low key. But girl, you just don't, I would say, if you have hesitation, don't involve your partner in your business in any way. If you can keep those worlds separate, please do it. It's beneficial for everybody. Don't date coworkers, don't date friends, exes, don't date bums. Oh Jesus. Photographers mess with all of your muses in my experiences. Whoa, is that the tea? Is that the tea? I believe that in photography, there are people who are very respectable and respectful about what they do and they build good rapport. And then there are people who blur those lines. You know what I'm saying? See me, I'm so difficult to work with. Like, I'm going to contract you down. So there's going to be an NDA because if you piss me off and I go off, that's between you and I because you pissed me off, right? And not to say that I'm out here being mean, that's not it, but my mother used to model, so all of my preconceived notions and like stuff like that, not even preconceived notions, my mother will tell me, say, oh, photographers will do this. My aunts used to model, so they tell me they will do this. If you don't say no, if you don't refuse things, if you don't create that barrier, they will do such and such and such. Negotiating contracts as a woman of color without being disrespectful. First of all, just negotiating contracts in general. If you want to be powerful, jargon, language, learn business jargon, learn the language, learn so that you are business savvy enough to like understand everything. Anyone who's taken a photo of me, like, you've taken a photo, not these hoes taking my images, not to call them hoes, but like these companies that are stealing my photos without authorization. Like, if you take a photo of me, the whole issue of buying credits, like, or like having credits or being able to say, like, or selling those credits or distributing it, that's a whole thing. You have to know that language, and that's something I don't take lightly. And any company that I work with, if they don't get clearance to post my photos, like, if I can, because some people don't pay attention, like, you have to remove everything. And like, I'm very thorough. Like, if we have correspondence and you post my photos without my authorization, you will never hear from me again. This not this not Robin Thicke, ain't no blurred lines. Don't have coworkers on your social medias. I think that's fine. Like, I think that's fine. Like, I don't feel like that's a problem. Like, I mean, are you in corporate? Because when I was in corporate, I had a completely different Instagram. For y'all who have been following me for a long time, you already know, like, that was back then. But now, like, if they find me, I have no issues. But when I was in corporate, I was very scared. So, like, I had a lot of hesitation about just, you know, because I was still working for somebody. And I'm like, I don't want my employer to see this. And they're like, you know what I'm saying? I get the can because, you know, I said something which was right, accurate, but, you know, they don't want you to say certain things. Unfortunately, sometimes Black women are viewed as disrespectful for doing exactly what another would do. I think that's true. It all depends on your approach. I had to get out of the mindset of thinking that someone may perceive me as like mean or a bitch because I'm being professional, or because I'm not making obstacles or creating like, or trying to be difficult. I have to be this thorough because people will go through loopholes, or they will, you know, in the terminology that I don't include, they have the grounds to exploit me. So I'm very big on like language. I'm very big on terms and conditions. I'm very big on the bigger picture. I don't just look at, oh, they're willing to pay me this much and it sounds good. No, because then with the larger the payment, usually there's a lot more that comes with it, more control. So you got to pay attention to that as well. We're seen as being aggressive, of course. But listen, some people project their shit onto you. So like, if someone believes that you're aggressive, Like, granted, sometimes I do believe there is a way to be assertive and to assert your authority, not be passive aggressive, but command people's respect and attention. And so if you come off as a bitch because you are like correct and you're playing the game according to the rules of how they would play it, you could be all of that, but don't get caught up in that. As long as you are being professional. I don't agree in cursing people out. That's late, because you can ruin connections. I'm difficult. I'm not, and I'm not, let me not say I'm difficult. If you want to work with me, we're gonna discuss a lot of things. Like, what does this mean? What does this mean? I don't care about quick money, because uh, that I don't. No. Sometimes it's hard to express your opinions without someone taking it totally wrong. And so for that reason, that's why I said be familiar with like business terminology and like the jargon associated with like corporate and like work politics. You need to learn how to use the language to make it work for you. Because if you don't know what you're talking about, it's going to be hard to get what you want. When you know what you're talking about, you can get a lot of what you want. Research. I keep telling the girls, the more that you research, the more that you read, the more knowledgeable you are, people are less likely to contest you or to challenge you, do a rebuttal, this back and forth. Like, all of that back and forth in the email, that's to exhaust you and to wear you out and to make you go along with whatever it is that this person, this agenda that this person has. You don't have to do that. Get straight to the point. I recently told somebody, look, y'all offering this is where I am. If you want to do this, then we can work. And guess what they did? What I wanted. And sometimes that aggression is a reaction to frustration due to being played and dismissed. Play the game, don't get played. Exactly. Yes, you're so right, Kay. Like, I have to be very careful, because if you guys want business advice, I think you need to like seek out that business advice in a manner, in a way that is organic to you. I don't want my influence to be what you rely on, because you need to trust yourself enough so that you can go and acquire the same information that I did, so you can feel strong. Don't rely on spoon-fed information. I'm an advocate for women getting online, using India Irie's internet, and making this work for you. That's how you get more. The more you know, you know what I'm saying? The more you know, the more you know, the more you can walk away with. And let me just tell you something. I'm gonna be honest, and I get so frustrated. I don't know why so many people trust me with certain information, but like, the boys and girls are really not getting paid what they deserve, and it infuriates me. And if whatever you think you deserve, I say times it by 2. Okay, times by 2. Times by 2. And don't be scared. Somebody's gonna say yes. Somebody's gonna say yes. And then once you realize that someone says yes, it's up from there. That's it. The worst someone can ever do in this business world, or anything, in your personal life, anything, is say no. Once they say no, what does it change? Keep going. The more you know for yourself is key. Sorry for the caps. No, we love caps around here. How you doing, Haja? Is it Haja? You just have to learn who you're dealing with and how to talk to them. It's all a hustle, hun. And I think that's true. But one thing about me, like, it doesn't matter who I'm talking to, I'm always going to be respectful. I don't treat people as if they are beneath me, because that is disrespectful. What I believe is, this is the standard I create. This is where I am. We can, if you're willing to be here, we can have a conversation. If not, I wish you the best. I thank you for your time and consideration. And you know what? Best of luck on your future endeavors. You see how I did that? I let you down gently, but I'm going. You see what I did? I appreciate your integrity and not abusing your influence. Let me tell you something. But you know what? Everybody, and this is another thing, the social media space, everyone is in here for a different reason. And I think there, like I said, there are a lot of children. I talked about this in a video. There are a lot of children on the internet. And so unfortunately, you have adults, grown women who cater to that, because unfortunately, that's where the bulk of the money is. And so when you kind of have to stay at that kind of frequency, knowing that you're older, it gets difficult. And then when you try to venture out and do different things, there's so much resistance, or it's so difficult because you've made it customary to like operate at a frequency that wasn't really your own, but that's where the money was, so that's, you made it work, so you catered to that audience, not knowing like the damage that it could do potentially when you do want to evolve and grow. What's a good example? Like Safari, I think that's I don't know if that's a good example, but just stick with me. He came out and was known for being alongside Nicki Minaj. Everybody can recall his voice on her tracks. That was a thing. People will even say that he would assist her with writing, but Nicki, I know Nicki can write. Boom. That's it. But then when they break up, and how he has to like, that exploitation kind of energy surrounding the nudes that he leaked, or that were leaked. I will say that were leaked. Like, you have to like, because no one knows about you, so you have to get that relevance. So sometimes there's a little bit of exploitation that happens so that you can stay relevant and continue to keep yourself, I guess, in the blogs, or you know what I'm saying. A lot of people, I don't know. I never speak, and please don't take this. Everyone is on the internet for their own reason and for their own purpose, growing their brand. And if you can use this to your advantage to get to where you want to, do what you can. And now he's known for his private area and Love and Hip Hop New York City. This was good. I don't never get this far. This was good. Definitely need new vibes in my life. Okay, here's my thing. It's 210 if y'all up in here. Did you hit that thumbs up button? How do you fast? Do you not eat all day, or is it in between time? So currently, like right now, because I don't like fast, like no food, I do intermittent fasting. So I'm gonna tell this honestly, because I haven't talked about my weight in a long time. So I 110% believe that the reason why I'm still around like my goal weight is because I'm a vegetarian, and I've drastically reduced the amount of dairy in my diet. Those two things are huge. You do not realize how much inflammation and mucus buildup is a result of the foods that you are consuming. So that was huge for me. And I do intermittent fasting. And so let's say my time to start eating is at 12, but sometimes I may go as far as like 3 or 4 p.m. It depends on if I'm doing things, because food sometimes can be a distraction depending on what you have going on. So what I'll do is hydrate myself. I'll drink water. I'll have tea. This is why the skin is on glow. My nails are starting to grow again. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm in alignment. I'm balanced currently. So whatever I'm doing, I'm going to try to keep doing that. I've been eating clean for a while, but tomorrow I'm going in. And let me tell you something. Don't try to do anything crazy drastic to where you like psych yourself out and you overwhelm yourself. You want to stay consistent. So intermittent fasting is a great way. Figure out how you want to break your time down. Do you want to fast for 16 hours and only have an 8-hour eating window? What is it that you want to do? Like I said, if you're someone who struggles with menstrual cramps, the week leading up to your cycle, completely reduce or just cut out dairy, and also try fasting for a little bit longer. So let's say you have a 17-hour fast window, a 7-hour eating window. You're going to notice a difference. I did that this time, and I'm going to do it, for my next cycle to see. But no cramps, not one cramp. It was, I forgot I was on my cycle. That's how good it was. Like, so find a way to listen to your body, because your body's going to talk to you. I didn't think I could give up dairy, but let me tell you something. The Violife vegan cheddar cheese, I think it's Planet Earth is also another brand. Bomb. Do you watch Insecure? No, I do not currently. I have to catch up. I'm watching things like All American. I watch Dirty Money. That's a series on Netflix. Like I be trying to learn about the scammers, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to stay ahead of the game. Like, so I be trying to learn how the scammers move, because greedy people can typically be like, or have the capacity to be like masterminds. So I just, not that I want to be greedy or scam, but it's just like, you know, that aptitude, that being that astute and like advanced. I like taking it in, but I also don't like learning about the tragedy of it all. So yeah. I'm reading. So this is another thing. I'm going to post on my community tab. So shout out to everyone who comments on my community tab. I received a comment from, I'm gonna shout her out in this video. So hopefully, her name is Dola Disu or Disu. She said, love that everyone is currently reading something despite everything going on around us. Reading is investing and bring attention about our growth, even if it is just a novel. Grateful for all the titles and authors shared. Would check them out. Lots of love, ladies. So you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to pour into my community. You know what I'm saying? I give you hair, I give you makeup, I give you a vibe, but I also want to tap into that intellectual energy that we have, you know, and make sure that we're discussing relevant topics, because it's not all about just like dating. It's about self improvement and just evolving and being our higher self, because leveling up it requires a lot. How do you feel about dating a friend of someone who you used to date? Let me get myself together. What you say? How do you feel about dating a friend of someone you used to date? Dating a friend, you know what I'm saying? How far removed are they? Like, because you know what I'm saying? Sometimes God, you know what I'm saying? God will trip up your focus, you know what I'm saying? To see if you're focused, and, you know, you may not be. And so you choose the wrong one. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been, like, how much time has passed? Like, did your, like, is it an instance where, you know, you broke up with this person, and then like 3 weeks later you talking to the friend? First of all, you probably need to take a moment to chill and calm down, and, you know what I'm saying, reinvent yourself, take some time, reassess, figure out what went wrong so you don't repeat it. And if you are operating in your best self-interest and you're not trying to sabotage a friendship, and this person has something to offer you who is actually worth it, because we just not entertaining people just for the sake of entertaining them, because that's late, that's dead, you know. I am so excited to start knitting again and possibly sell it. Okay, Shauna, let me know how you move with that knitting thing. I think that's very, I love that. I love, you know, when my queens, they sew. Because y'all don't know, I can sew a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Pants, skirt, shirt. It's a lot of stuff y'all don't know. I'm going to be bringing a lot. I'm going to be coming with a lot of stuff. But, doesn't the gum in fake cheese cause cancer? Did you research that? My ex was dating my friend while we were together. Okay, first of all, did you fight? No, I'm joking. Don't fight. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how far removed you are from God, you know, you may want to fight. But I don't think you should fight, because if someone is able to do that, to vibrate at a frequency that low, that person was never for you. And you have to understand, like, as much as it may hurt, I would just remove all of them people from my life. Pink girl, my damn battery's on 4%. My screen dark AF. I'm gonna catch you in the next live. Okay, girl. Have a good one. Yeah, my ex was, you know what, and I would just wish him the best. Like, if your friend is dating your ex, you wish him the best. But you know what? Boom. My baby likes the sound of your voice. She's talking back to you. Hey, I love the kitties. But I think, if I could be honest with you, I feel like a lot of people probably need to chill on dating. Like, you need to chill on dating. I think a lot of people want to be partnered, and I think that's so much to just like talk about, how, especially on Black women, how they force this idea of like partnership, and if you're not partnered, then it's something wrong with you and you need to do some internal work. I think there's more about a restorative process. There's more about like just getting more in touch with yourself and figuring out how you need to evolve so that you put yourself in spaces where you have the opportunity to meet people who are of like the caliber of being that you want to even surround yourself with. Do you believe women should serial date? I believe women should do whatever they want to do, as long as they're being smart, as long as they are using their better judgment, exercising discretion. I think women should date casually. I think you should have options. Your power is in your options. Men are only as faithful as their options, and you out here putting all your eggs in one basket, you're going to be sad, my love. I don't agree with the concept of dating for marriage, because not everybody that you meet is going to be intended for marriage. Dating with a purpose carries a different, like contextually, it has a different type of energy, and I'm more inclined to go with that, because if you date for a purpose, you can date for a purpose with options open, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? Dating for marriage just sounds like whoever I sit at before dinner, this is who I need to see if he's going to be my husband. Yuck. You need to date multiple people so that you can figure out more of who you are and what other people bring out of you when they are in your presence, and how you can best see who a person is, because a lot of us aren't sharp. You know what I'm saying? We're sitting in front of narcissists, people who are, infamous for gaslighting. We're sitting in front of people who are manipulators. We're sitting in front of people who exploit us and seek to, take advantage of us, but we're blind. We can't see that. So dating with a purpose is about, the purpose could be self-awareness. You know what I'm saying? In context of like interacting with other people. Love your content, and I totally agree. It's best to love yourself and focus on your growth. True love will gravitate towards you once your energy matches what you need. Yes. That's why you vet men. At this point in my life, I date with a purpose, and the purpose is marriage. As long as your date with purpose is not, because here's the problem sometimes in the dating for marriage. Sometimes we're so like adamant about dating for marriage that we miss so many things. We sometimes make exceptions and we tolerate certain things because we're so gung-ho about partnership. And you need to identify what a life partner actually looks like, and is that about affording you a better life? Also, start grappling with, if you don't know what a successful marriage, a successful union or relationship looks like, I need you to also take a step back. Because if you're dating for marriage, or you're dating for the purpose, and the purpose is marriage, what examples did you see growing up? Because then how do you identify that? Have you worked on that? Have you been in therapy? Did you talk to someone about the fact that you've never seen what a healthy marriage looks like? Or did you talk about how you saw your mother as a single person of the head of a household and what that looked like, that dynamic? Or did you grapple or come to terms with the fact that maybe your mother was the breadwinner and she was dating down? And do you internalize any of the stuff that she had going on? Did she pass any of that on to you? Marriage is supposed to be beautiful, but even that don't be all it's supposed to be, because people still be damaged and having foul intentions. But we haven't normalized mental health. People aren't prioritizing mental health. They aren't normalizing the topic of mental health and therapy and going and doing that internal work. We can't just tell our daughters and our sons just pray about it, because sometimes you need to seek that help. You can't do it all on your own within yourself. Like, you need someone who is knowledgeable of the tools and the skills to help you navigate where you are mentally, and where you're troubled, and where you don't want to venture because it's too painful, where you may inflict harm on yourself, or you may harm others because you're in pain. You get what I'm saying? I'm not desperate to be married. If that was the case, I would have been married now, sitting in a 5,000 square foot home with my feet up. I seen healthy, loving marriage, my mom, grandparents. Okay, then that's good. I hate that just pray it away mindset. Yeah, that's a little dangerous. Yes, because it is not happily ever after. Yes, to help expressing the pain. Yes. Yes. And a lot of people have really unhealthy, like people have unhealthy coping mechanisms. Like unhealthy. Some people, infidelity is a big thing. Some people also have issues with tempers and being abusive. Some people are mentally and emotionally abusive. Of course, we know about physically abusive, but like mentally and emotionally, like are we really? Because sometimes people will be abusing you and you aren't even aware of it. They want you to change your pattern. They want you to change your routine. They want you to change your hair. They want you to change your schedule for when you go out with your friends. And like your life is slowly changing to accommodate this person. Mental health is a must. A relationship drove me right to therapy, and I'm so happy because it's allowing me to understand what I want and need. I just thought about a comment an old associate said. She's black, but stated that her daughter will never have any black friends. I just paused, sipped my tea, and kept it moving before I got out of character. Yeah, that's a little. But see, you also should be careful about the company that you keep, because do you really want to entertain like someone like that? That's a little scary. Because people who have a disdain or hate for themselves or hate for people who look like them, that internal conflict, you don't even want to deal with that. That is where they need to seek professional help. That's not for you to try to sort through and help them navigate that. That is not it at all. Let me Yes, my mom was very emotionally abusive and she was a single mother. I'm currently trying to work on my mindset so I don't end up like her. Emotional abuse is crazy because you know what, you'll pass that on to your kids. And your kids be out here messed up. That sounds a lot like self-loathing. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? And then I think about, like, when you get married and then you have like children. I don't want to have children and damage them in a way that is debilitating to where they can't, you know what I'm saying, navigate their emotions. They don't know how to articulate those feelings. They are in some way suppressed. I don't want to do that. When I have a child, I want to be so healthy mentally and emotionally, physically, spiritually, and so in tune that I do nothing but pour into them and nurture them. Granted, you're not going to be perfect. Parenting is not something where you can be perfect. But I do not want to pass down generational curses. You know what I'm saying? Breaking the cycle is big. Like, breaking the cycle and really pouring into these kids. Like, they deserve it. Oh, I don't know if y'all want to talk about this. This is what I'm going to say. What do we think about virginity? So people who are virgins when they're married, and like, do you think it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the dynamic? Like, when women or men, when they're in these instances where they're dating someone who has abstained from sex, has not had any type of intercourse, like, because someone asked me about virginity in the last live. And, one of the things that I wanted to like go back and like talk about is that your virginity is not like a badge of honor. It doesn't make you better than anyone, but also being safe in every aspect. And a big thing is, even in, sexual repression or being like, people who don't want to explore themselves sexually, I feel like that can have implications later on in life. Like, why don't you want to know what makes you, do your thing or makes you happy so that you can tell someone how to do what they do? You know what I'm saying? Because it's supposed to be an environment where, everyone is mutually pleased. So that was a big thing on my Instagram stories. And the more that you can explore yourself, the more you can tell somebody what it is that you want. And you don't want to be in an instance where you're navigating like the intimate and romantic settings and you seem awkward because you're uncomfortable. Like one of the biggest things that I think a woman can do for herself is to take agency over her body and to be empowered and to know everything that makes you feel good about you. Whether it's you having a self-care routine in the morning, you taking the time to pray in the morning, journal, you taking the time also to pleasure yourself, whatever that may be, within reason, and being healthy and responsible. Like, you don't think that because you have abstained from sex that you are not able to still educate yourself so that you can educate others. I love when women are empowered and don't use ignorance as an excuse, because I don't like that. I don't like that. It's a whole internet out there, okay? I'm 23 and still a virgin with the topic of sex. And still a virgin with the topic of sex. But it's still a virgin. So it doesn't matter how old you are. It's about your maturity. It's how open and receptive you are to navigating that world. Like, are you reluctant to get to know your own body? And what has made you reluctant to get to know you? Why aren't you comfortable getting to know your body? Because the better that you know your body, you can tell someone else. And you don't want to create like barriers where it's hard to connect with you, because intimacy is not just, it doesn't have to be physical at all, but having that imagination, having that explorative like background, that can be so empowering. That can allow you to connect with a person. And so I was watching Married at First Sight, and girl, I forgot the episode, but I don't know, it was a mess. Yes, virgin or not, you should know your body, okay? Like, know your pH balance. Like, know whether you're more prone to an imbalance, and that could lead to an infection of some sort. And don't like be ignorant about it, because people get infections for a number of reasons and not have any activity. There are so many different things. It's about knowing your chemistry, knowing the chemistry of your partner. That's why you should be getting tested, okay? Way before you even introduce sex. Like, have you gotten tested? Have you guys gotten the results read in front of each other? What's the energy? Oh my god, I love her best friend in my head. Thank you, Renee. That's why we're no longer anything. She felt she was on a different plane and planet, I'm assuming, but prior is that I had to state to her not just look me up when she's feeling low because I'm positive. You're speaking the truth, seriously, because a person can be mentally abusing you by saying things that they know will hurt you and offend you, just plain trying to tear you down, and it may not happen all at once. Yep. To be honest, knowing and enjoying myself have kept me from messing with the wrong dudes. Okay. I think the things that people will do when they get lonely, and I hate to say that, but that is like a real thing. The things that people will do when they get lonely, when they compromise or they settle, they completely change their standards because they want company. Like, make it so that people have to rise up to meet you. You don't have to go where they are. And you don't have to change anything about you. And anyone who's willing to, or who seeks to make you feel bad about your standards, was never for you. No, girl. Not at all. I wish I could have waited for sure, but at the same time, I don't, because I still don't feel like I would have given to the right person. But no, but now I know exactly what I need. Okay, and that's the thing. Don't look at like experience as a deterrent, something that you should be shameful of. You use those experiences and you allow them to shape you and to give you that wisdom take the lesson that comes with that experience, and don't shame yourself, because the person who you were, you can't be the person that you are now if you didn't have that experience. So understand the value in that, but your power lies in changing that cycle. Could you maybe one day do a video showing how you make your drinks? I might like intertwine it into, I was thinking about, yeah, I may do that one day, because you know, you got to put fruit in your drinks. If you're not, I don't know what you're doing. Soul ties are real. Be cognizant of who you lay with, because you inherit everything that comes with them. Transfer of energy and spirits. Women are more susceptible because we are naturally receivers. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, you do. As a side note, the reason why you want to put fruit in your wine is because you will get done like a lot quicker. So somebody, you know what I'm saying? If you're trying to get right for the night, that's it. I abstained from sex. It's been a year now, and let me tell you, the urges are real. But it also kept the trash men away. I think women nowadays should, if you know, I have been telling so many of y'all, you have to maintain that mystery. And your power lies in you literally keeping that mystery about you and not giving men what they want, what they expect from you. So like I said, some men will sit before women and like just bog them down with all their emotional mess. They're trying to like weigh you down and like cloud your judgment so you can, you can consider actually dealing with them. So like they try to boggle you down with like all their stress, all their drama, all their insecurities. Don't internalize any of that. When a man comes at you with all that energy, like, oh, well, my mom is sick, and so I gotta be at the house. I always gotta care for her. And, I just been looking for a way out. Why do you need to know that on the first date? Why you need to know that? I was on a date with a dude, and he was just going down a list. Granted, he did take me shopping, take me out to dinner, but he was telling me a lot about his mother. And when he was telling me a lot about his mother and like how sick she is and how much it requires of him to like take care of her, and I'm like, I'm not gonna hold you. Like, if you have to take care of your mother, you do that. But I realized that's not the type of conversation for the first date. Because what he was letting me know was, don't have any expectations of me because I got somebody to take care of. When in all actuality, his mother's health is very much manageable. But that's how he's projecting it, so you can lower your expectations of him and he can get away with a lot more. Like, did you hear what I just said? They were like, no, ma'am, I don't have time for that emotional drainage. You should examine the imperialist basis of the suggestion that women are more susceptible to energies and spirits. I like what was said, Jessica. Am I here? I almost missed the education of the good life. How you doing, Yvonne? How you doing? We just here. We can. And we are getting our lives because we are using this time to get it together, to be our best selves, and to go to the next level. And I agree with what Jessica said. This is why, and I'm gonna need y'all to really come in on this. Be careful about the information that you interpret and internalize that is delivered to you by a man, a cis heterosexual man. I need for women to really be careful about how they internalize, unpack, analyze, and like digest that information, because Men are sometimes offering women suggestions, self-improvement, or like advice, not fully understanding their privilege, not understanding how things like automatically, like the standard is that it works for men, not women. And so soul ties aren't something that are just something that impact women. Men are typically emotionally repressed, so they don't exhibit those emotions. They are still feeling it, they don't show it. So they act out in different ways. And so that's why you see cheating, and that's why you see or serial cheating, or that's why you find out about multiple people that they're entertaining, or that's why you find out about them being disconnected. It's because we're more vocal where they're more repressed. So sometimes we can't always make the narrative work against women, because then we have to take full responsibility or acknowledge what men are not capable of expressing, because society has made it so that men don't have to unpack their emotions. Women will put themselves in a position sometimes to do all of that labor, that ruminating, that trying to figure out, well, my man isn't texting me, or he's being distant, he won't tell me what's wrong, I've been checking in with him. You see all that labor that you're doing? Because we make it acceptable. And so that's why they continue to do it, and not forcing people to take control of their emotions and also possess better communication skills. Because again, that whole soul ties thing is because women do all this emotional labor and men would rather run. Soul ties affect people. They could affect people, if you believe in those, they could affect both men and women equally. But it's how we're exhibiting things, those behaviors, those habits. Black women, especially Black Christian women, are so out of tune with their bodies and sexuality that they try so hard to discourage other Black women from discovering their own. Oh my God, that's a little, wait. Girl, I done had this wine in like my head, like I'm getting a little warm. So she said, Black women, especially Christian women, are so out of tune with their bodies and sexuality that they try so hard to discourage other Black women from discovering their own. Now, I'm very careful about making like blanket statements and like making broad and very general statements. However, sometimes the culture surrounding Christianity, especially Black women in Christianity, is they speak more about abstinence, about completely like removing yourself from sexual exploration, because I think, can we talk about how that's like rooted in fear? Like, can we talk about that? Can we talk about how a lot of mothers are telling their daughters not to do certain things because they're fearful that their daughter will come do the exact same thing that they did, or they'll continue the cycle. And so I think that's what, there's so much hesitancy, there's so much restriction, there's so many people are imposing so much of their views to deter you. But the reality is, a lot of people are operating in fear. And I think once you realize how fearful people are of you repeating the same mistakes that they made, or putting yourself in a position to get that same type of hurt, it is a generalized statement, but I notice Black women are especially sex negative. You know what? I can see that, but I can also not see that. I'm looking at it from like both spectrums. It could also simply just be the level of which that individual wants to connect with another, though. And also, some people don't want to talk about sex because it's uncomfortable. I could be honest, I genuinely, like, I don't think that I had like a formal conversation about like sex with my parents. But it was always about protect yourself, like there is this, there is that, but it was not like a sit down conversation like let's educate our children. But the one thing I could definitively say, like, my parents were very much adamant about like pouring into us, and so we took the initiative to like educate ourselves. That's one thing I will say. Like, even if our parents didn't say it, we actively sought out information and did have a network if we needed to like get into contact or just like learn certain things about our body, about potential partners. Like there was always that network, that support. Let me the assumption that one doesn't know themselves. Okay. And being so rooted in fear, we can't grow in always knowing ourselves. We have not. Oh, and y'all really going into these comments. And ironically, that's why we have so many young unplanned pregnancies, because the only sex talks many young black girls get is only don't have sex or else. That, oh my God. Stop telling black women not to have sex. That's because that's not it. When you tell a black woman don't have sex, do you still tell her about her options? Because if your expectation is that this black girl, this black woman that you have a connection with, that trusts you, if your only advice is to tell them don't have sex, you don't equip them with the information about their options in the event that something arises. We don't talk about preventative measures before you even get to that step. We need to normalize getting tested, like, period. We need to normalize getting tested. Y'all still operating out here not knowing your status. You didn't had about how many bodies, but you need to know everybody's status. Normalize that. Normalize knowing your status and the status of your partner. I mean, it's like culture of like having unprotected sex, and that to me is so scary. You telling them don't have sex, but then they're having unprotected sex. But there's so many things before that. Michelle Williford, as of 2020, I'm seeing it literally everyone in our own people too. I make space for you encountering information from where you are. I was the same. I still give it to the wrong one, pretending to be the right one. I was 20. I'm 21 now. Wait, I wasn't the same. I still gave it to the wrong one, pretending to be the right one. I think my aunt, she was very open to the talk. I don't respect systems that oppress black women's freedom, and I am disheartened by people who weaponize these systems against each other. Yeah, and that's it. And once you recognize that, and I see and am frustrated by these antiquated topics still floating around our community in 2020. Ladies, let's remember it's hard to determine context. Yes. It's a lot being said. I'm trying to read a lot, and y'all are really going in. I really like you, girl. I have subscribed you, so be here to stay. Yes, thank you so much. So, what you're always gonna get here is before, like, and you know what? We rely so much on other people to tell us things, but sometimes people won't tell you everything, because in telling you the things that you need to know, they're afraid that you'll figure out their truth, that they'll be exposed. Sometimes people are hesitant to tell you the true reality, or the options that you have with respect to sex, with respect to having, resources that you can utilize, because then you may look at them differently. People are sometimes operating under fear, under pride, under ego. They would much rather be in tune with the idea that, you're abstaining from sex, you don't even have to worry about it. But then little do they know, their child is not abstaining from sex. They're out here allowing someone else to dictate their sexual health. Because then I get heated. How are you going to allow someone else to dictate your sexual health, your practices with your body? You have to take that control and that power. And so when you arm black women with all of their resources and make them knowledgeable of their information, and also, but the biggest thing is to encourage them to explore and keep themselves open to knowledge. That's important. I have sex. It took me soul searching to find myself and what I want. And that's really the key. It's about knowing yourself and your own value. I grew up with both parents saying don't have sex. I don't think that's healthy. And let me just tell you something. To anybody who is in here and who is a mother, because you have to look at it from the lens of, you have a daughter, and when you don't equip them with the information, but yet you force them into a system that doesn't recognize them or their pain, because we have black women dying because doctors don't listen to them. We have black women who are pregnant and don't even know it. And we have a system that has taken the authority of casting us aside because our cries aren't legitimate. They aren't heard. They aren't taken seriously. And so if you don't instill that power within your child very, very, very young to acquire that information and to also equip them, but also to let them know that it's okay to also do your own research. And if you have questions, come back to me, that open dialogue. Because sometimes that talking at your child, there needs to be an exchange. There needs to be an exchange. Mommy here, my mama and I had an open dialogue about everything, and I plan to do the same for my baby girl. There you go. Parents raise their daughters and love their sons. You know what? A word. And comfortable to tell them apart. Wait, because of that though, it took me so long to become comfortable with myself and comfortable to tell my partner what I wanted. Listen, and let me tell you something, this is also big T. You will also come into contact with men who will run circles around you before they even entertain the idea of getting tested with you, because a lot of men don't want to know their status, because that means that they will have to reckon with what it is that they did. Let me say that again. A lot of men will rather run circles around you, meaning they will feed you excuses before they have to actually entertain the idea of getting tested, because if they do get tested, it is then the fear that overwhelms them. Because it's the fear. It's sometimes the fear is in what people aren't saying. So then when they get tested, and if there's any results other than negative, they have to reckon with what they did. And when you can't trace your history because too many bodies have passed, the anger that has. Okay? I come into it. Come into it, okay? You know what I'm saying? You having your results, boom. But let's do it together. And let's agree, let's give consent to have our results read in front of each other. So we know what this is. They sure don't, little nasty selves will be burnt up, but too afraid to know their status. And please, I'm gonna tell you, if you're in my life, I'm gonna just let you know right now, and this is it. If you're out here having unprotected sex with people who will not get tested with you, understand the undertaking, understand the power that you are surrendering when you do that. When you do that, when you have unprotected sex with someone and you don't know their status, you are surrendering. And sometimes there's a death sentence that is within that, and that probability, I don't like that risk. Why take risk when you don't have to? It's your body. And there to me, I hate that we can even say in context of knowing someone's status that there's a stigma. Why don't you want to know what's going on with your body? I don't like, that's ignorant, and I can't even hear you. I don't even see you. I can't even hear. I don't care how much you like. I don't care how much you love a person. I don't care how holy, how high up you see them, get tested. The only way to truly be open with a partner and invest in them is to know their status. Okay, it's a little bit more than knowing their status, you know what I'm saying? But status is key when you're talking about sexual health. Because honestly, within that, also, I want y'all to think about the manipulation and the exploitation that has. Because someone wants you to remain ignorant. That's exploiting, and that's taking advantage, and I don't like that. And you're going to have to miss me. Girl, forget deathbed. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Y'all are having children. Not saying y'all, but like women are having children that they cannot afford. And then they are forced to take care of that child on their own because their partner has skipped out. That's again, you know what I'm saying? Hazard pay, security. It needs to be a lot more than just we love each other. People change. People change. The law don't. A marriage license. You need to have security in place. Certain securities in place to secure your future and your child's future. We have to be careful out here. I used to get tested each time I went to the OBGYN, protected or not. I love health too much to be playing around with it. Okay. It begins to question if they actually value themselves and their health. Ooh. We do this type of talk, especially with our preteens and teenagers. You know what? I'm gonna just let you know this right now. I get so disheartened when I see these young kids on Instagram, and like how they're hypersexualized, and not even hypersexualized, but like, and I'm gonna take that word back. Like sometimes see this desire to like grow up to appear older than you are. Like, honey, if I could drag it out and wait, I would wait. Yes, ma'am, I got the will and marriage license on lock. Okay, who got their name on that on the deed of the house? Who name on the will? Who got the marriage license? Because I'm gonna let you know right now, common law marriages. I was watching an episode of Dirty Money. This woman was with this man for like over, I think 14, 20 years, something like that. And when they her name was not on any deed of the house, and guess what? Her whole quality of life went down. Her name wasn't on anything. Common law don't mean nothing. Y'all need to watch Dirty Money on Netflix. It's a big thing. Common law marriages, she has nothing and can't even see her man. And everyone who has control over her money is not, I mean, everyone who has control over her partner's money, she has absolutely no say in it. Her man was sitting on money, and she can't see any of it. Common law, it's a rap, you look crazy. And he loves her, but legally, she can't do anything. I am really loving this combo. I grew up with parents who prided themselves on deliberately keeping their daughters ignorant. Ooh, it's been a struggle, but I'm learning. And I'm glad you're learning, because you don't have to repeat the cycle. There is so much that you can do and that you can change and that you have the ability to change. Yeah, common law isn't recognized everywhere. It's not. So, and when I'm talking about common law, so y'all need to think about like common law with respect to like guardianship, because when a person reaches a certain age, literally, yo, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all because I would be doing a disservice, but if you can watch Dirty Money on Netflix and the episode about guardianship, the state can literally come in and take everything from you, and it'd be like next of kin. So it's who in your family is related to you or is living in close proximity to you that can control your life, not the person that you love, because legally on paper there's nothing there. It'll go to your blood. What to the common law thing, my gosh. Yeah, no, Netflix, Dirty Money, there's an episode on guardianship. I think it's like one of the first 1 to 5 episodes. You have to watch it. It completely changed my life. Older people sitting on money and having nothing to show for it. Everything needs to be written. If it's not written, it is not so. Okay? I'm going to check that out, Dirty Money. Dirty Money on Netflix. It's an episode on guardianship. When y'all see that, y'all gonna gag. She can't even see her man. She can't even see him. A waste. Ain't nothing common about my awesome, wonderful Candy Girl. When you've been with someone for over a certain amount of time, years, you are considered married. I'm gonna let you watch this episode, and maybe you need to watch it and you can get your mind right. I'm going to watch the movie. It's not a movie, it's like a series. I think it's probably like an hour and a half long. It's worth it. Pulling up Netflix. Let me tell you something. That episode was so scary, because it makes you put into perspective as your parents get older, as you get older. You need to have things written, because if anything, this is the time right like now with COVID going on, you need to be clear on everything. If anything ever happens, anything, people having to sell their houses, what is that going to look like? You need to be sure that everything is documented, because sis, then the state could come in and swoop, okay? And they make money off of you. In Illinois, common law marriages aren't recognized. My cousin learned the hard way. You know, Like at work, put it in an email. Just go do your will. Like so many people are scared of like taking that step and like being aware of it and being proactive about it because you're fearful, like you don't want to think about that, like that aspect of your life. But not everybody is young forever, and you're not healthy forever, and you're not in control of your mental faculties forever. A lot of mental illness, people can have dementia, things can happen. And so you got to make sure that your paperwork, you complete it when you're of sound mind. The corporate black girl. Yes, ma'am. I'm becoming a certified notary soon and getting all my people right. Okay. Listen, girl, I know you probably addressed this, but what do you think about the wall? The wall? I don't know. What's the wall? I don't know. This is why security, you know what, y'all be in these relationships with no security. Like, before you even get into the marriage, like there should be an investment, there should be some sort of security. That you need to secure your sanity, you know what I'm saying? Like, please. I was explaining to someone that asked about common law. I'm with you, sis. I'm legally married. I need all my coins. Okay, come on now. When women, key thing, sound mind. If your mind is not sound, you are asking for problems. Yep. And this is another thing, like, people take advantage of older people. And as far as I'm concerned, guardianship can be accelerated. There are conditions in when it can be accelerated, and this is grounds for people to be exploited. And always know what you're signing. I have been telling y'all to read y'all contracts, know how to write a contract. I'm tired of saying that. But people be signing off on anything, and they do themselves a great disservice. Listen, if you need this contract signed, I need either 24 to 72 hours, or if it requires it, if there's crazy fine print, I'm gonna need like 10 business days. Younger women versus older women equals the wall. I'm just confused. I don't know what this wall is. Yes, talk about the pink. So yeah, again, okay, make sure you guys are thumbsing up the video. It's 260 plus people up in here. And what we need, if you want to get into Club Luxuriate, you got to give a thumbs up. Entry is free. You just got to get that thumbs up. Yes, people always look at me weird for reading terms and conditions and fine print. There's nothing wrong with that, because in the fine print, that is where you could be selling yourself, or you could be allowing people to exploit you. I need my lawyer to look that over real quick. It's worth it. It's worth it. If you have legal counsel, if you have an attorney, a lawyer, if you have the ability to have people who can check over things, do that. And let me tell you something. You know our demographic. They are so ready to exploit us. But in this Netflix series about dirty money, that episode about guardianship, honey, it wasn't us. So you know, if it ain't us, if they willing to do them like that, what they gonna do to us? Young women get taken advantage of all the time. I think ignorant people get taken advantage of all the time. People who aren't aware of their options, people who don't know that they have options, people who take things at face value, those are people who get taken advantage of. You can't exploit me if I'm aware of what you're doing, or if I'm aware of my resources. That's why we got to stay in the know. Reading is fundamental. Read. Y'all, I don't care what it is, you know. But first of all, we still got people who don't want to read. We still got people who don't want to read. We still have people. This is why, like, you ever been like watching somebody or like listening to somebody and you could tell like, ooh, they don't really know what they're talking about. And like, if I don't know what I'm talking about, I want y'all get back at me, push back at me, let me know, like, tighten me up. Don't let me be out here weak and not know what I'm talking about. But when I'm listening to people and I'm like, ooh, they just saying whatever, and I'm like, it feels like it sounds like it. I heard you. Be informed. Most healthy-minded men want young women. It's natural. It's a concept, not an indisputable fact, but worth discussing. I think. I don't. First of all, Pink, we need a book from you. Why y'all want a book? Right? I just got back with my boyfriend for 8.5 years, and I'm just not feeling. That's a lot of time to waste or to invest. You know what I'm saying? Like time and investment. Is there a return? Do you like wasting your time? Some people say just because they got history, like, oh, we should do this and we should do that. You could stand in the same place for like how many years and make no progress? So 50 some people. I don't know that. What I'm saying is the appearance of youth and vitality is for purchase. The appearance of youth and vitality for purchase. Well, okay, so are you entertaining people that only want that of you? Because see, I'm of the energy of, if you notice that somebody appreciates the youth that you have, I would say, especially if you are a woman, I would say get what you can. Make sure that you are getting what you can out of it. Make it work for you. Don't let someone exploit you. If it's going to be an exploitation kind of vibe, mutually exploit. Okay, make it work for you. You don't have to be in a position where someone just wants to date you because you're younger. Just because you're younger doesn't mean you're stupid. And if you are blaming your naivete or like your ignorance on being young, that's not an excuse, because again, we have India Ari's internet, so we can abuse, we can exploit that internet to make sure that we are armed with the information that we need, because if people view you as a target, give them a reason to regret that. Period. You think just because I'm young I don't know something, boom, I'm about to walk circles around you or run circles around you. But you can be older and not age. It depends on how you take care of yourself. Of course. Of course. And you know what? Sometimes, but we get so caught up into like age and maturity. I feel like that's divisive. It's divisive. And it's counterproductive. Counterproductive. It's counterproductive. That prevents people, you fixating on age or you fixating on a certain look, that's counterproductive. People are going to do what they got to do, but like I said, if someone wants to exploit you because they believe that you're younger and you don't know anything, what you do is you arm yourself with that information and make it a mutually exploitative kind of vibe. So this week I was watching a video about Desiree Mitchell saying that she only date rich men due to her income. What do you think about that? I don't know who that person is, but I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying? If you choose to date, you know what I'm saying? Some people won't date someone who's making X amount of money, and that's their choice. Like, but what's your choice? Like, what is your energy? Like, what is your energy towards that? What is your energy about dating people who are in a position to provide for you? Because we can all just date people who don't do anything for us, but that's pointless. Okay, we're gonna be in a circle. We're not moving up. So, an income gap is, you know what I'm saying? That income gap is real. Make it work for you. If you want to date someone of a certain tax bracket, I say get to it. Make it work for you. Get what you can. Get what you can. But I don't have any like context of her background. I don't know what her income is. And again, you don't have to tell me that. But because I don't want to speak to her narrative. I don't know where her energy is. But if she's choosing to date up, if she's choosing to date a particular man because she wants a certain lifestyle, especially if she's a black woman, what I'm gonna say, get what you believe you deserve, because we aren't often given that message of wanting, the best. Age is just a number. Health, 30 is the new 20. I do, age is honestly nothing but a number. But as you mature, it's wise to mature your mind as well. So, okay, let me be independent. Don't depend on anyone to provide for you, because what will happen when that piggy bank is gone? Do for yourself. I'm not sure I have that energy. Of course, of course, you want to position yourself so that you can take care of yourself, but to limit yourself because you want to be independent when there are people who are willing to do that, take full advantage, especially if they are willing to do that. There are men who are willing to provide. Like, you just going like remove yourself from being in a specific circle or dealing with a certain type of person because of this idea of being independent. You can be independent and still get to the bag and have others provide for you. It has nothing. I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of a scarcity mindset going on in there. Hey Pink, what's your position on femininity and hypergamy? Do you think the concept of independent women precludes women from the desire to be in a relationship? That's a great question. I have to be careful because there's like an entire like community of women who speak to the narrative, the concept of hypergamy. And so there is the definition of hypergamy and how you can practice that. But then I think sometimes we're getting lost in that we're making it so that the definition suits our circumstances. And so you can be independent, you can be operating in your full divine femininity. But if you are someone who is in a position, you put yourself in a space where you are around people who make a certain amount of money, and these men or whomever, women, whomever that you are interested in are willing to take care of you, you can be independent and still, you don't have to decline help, or you don't have to decline that someone wants to provide for you. I think that whole attitude of I can do it on my own, but why do it on your own when someone is willing to help you? So it's having a balance of being independent, having the ability to, to govern yourself, to govern your finances, to take control. But then also, if you're in a position where someone is willing to take care of you, provide for you, I say take full advantage. But I'm not in the business. Be independent, but still, if someone wants to provide for you, I think that is very much plausible. That is very much feasible. And it makes you no better or no less if if someone wants to provide for you and you're willing to oblige. Like, somebody, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's willing to give you like $2,000-$3,000 a month, you can be like, no, I'm independent. Like, no, thank you. Invest it, save it. That's smart to me. Align yourself with like-minded people. There's nothing that can cut in people who want to see you win. Whether it's a relationship or a friendship, you can win alone and with others. Men will look for women in other countries to marry. And you know what? I don't even understand. Where's that comment coming from? Mama was... You look so beautiful. Thank you, Anita. Most men in America are becoming wise to women and how they use them. Interesting take. Where's the validity? Do you have any resources, any facts? Ooh, be balanced. Too much of anything will hurt you. Wakanda forever, my sister. Peace out. Quick question. Would you ever stop working if your partner financially takes care of you? Quick question. Would you ever stop working if your partner financially takes care of you? so um so how knowledgeable you are of making your money work from you. You can invest. Did your partner, like, if he's giving you all this money, did he invest in a business? And granted, like, this business is in your name and you have other people working for you and you're still making money, or you've invested that money into a company where you have shares. Like, are you making this money work for you? Because you always want to put yourself in a position where you will always, there's a return. There's a return. There's hazard pay. There's a return. They're becoming wise because we are telling them everything. No, you know what? Men and women people have access to the internet. The same way that y'all, someone will go on Google, why is she ghosting me? Men will go online and there will be so much information that populates. And so people want to understand the mindset behind why people act the way that they do and the implications of those actions, and like what that avoidance looks like, sometimes what that looks like when a person is masking that. Like, we all want to have that insight. And that's why I said dating is about strategy. It's about learning yourself and learning how you interact with others and being able to recognize who's in front of you. Hello, Pink. I'm joining the live now. I know you've missed me. Oh, Nate. They are becoming wise because we are telling them again. So, would you ever stop working? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You could still have a return. You know what I'm saying? You could be retired and you could still have a return coming in. So, it depends on what you want. But if I'm going to sit down, money is getting stacked. Period. It's getting stacked. It's getting saved. It's getting invested. There's some sort of business. I'm getting business. If you're willing to take care of me and really provide, I'm having a business in my name and I'm getting money. Your hair, thank you. Women have been finessing men since the dawn of time. That's how I know you don't be reading, Quinn. Oh my God. No, would not stop working. It is nothing like having your own. The rest is the gift. Hi, the tea. Pink says, let us get into other topics in your title. Okay, so what do you want to talk about? Like, because honestly, these comments is like flying up, and I'm trying to, I'm drinking wine and I'm trying to keep up. Boom, boom, boom. Ooh, but I've been on here for like, we are sipping this is it, Lambrusco. Honey, highly recommend. Just make sure you have it on chill. Make sure you have it on chill. I think marriage is a business. I would agree. Pink's okay. Yes, live. What? Hey, Pink. I'm enjoying this chat. Thank you. I asked, why do you think men end up with the opposite of what they say they want? Give me an example. Did you talk about cheating in the bedroom or dating artists? Yes. We talk about all of that. All of that. I make sure I hit everything. Let me check. Let me check what my title is. I made sure I hit everything. We talked about self-love, leveling up, cheating, yep, problems in the bedroom. We talked about that. Dating artists. We talked about all of it. We talked about all of it. You're looking beautiful. Thank you. So to recap, because I'm about to get out of here. Social, what highlight are you wearing? Fenty Beauty Trophy Wife and Wet and Wild Awesome Blossom. I like to do like a combo. They say they want a virtuous woman. I think, virtuous, like, don't buy into, like, don't, this is why y'all gotta keep reading. Like, don't buy into this whole what is a virtuous woman? Like, keep reading. I feel like you need to keep reading. Like, wherever you read, and like perhaps like if you stopped, or because if you can recognize a trend that they don't want, that like what you're reading, like ignore that. Because sometimes people like the presence of what virtuous looks like, but then when they get in the thick of it, they don't want to entertain that. Why be with someone who is trying to finesse you? Because men allow it. Men like to be played. I mean, it's so much research. It's so much documentation. Men, sometimes I think they want you to scam them. Finesse is not love. Okay, we are sipping lamb. Men don't know what they want. They say one thing and do the complete opposite. Okay. Okay. I will say this. I do genuinely think that men don't want, I do believe that men like challenges. I think men like resistance. I think men like when, a woman makes it, maintains that mystery. They have to work, they have to invest that time, they have to invest their resources, because when you invest, then you want to invest knowing that there's a return. And like the more that you invest, the higher, that perceived value from the male's perspective, the higher that value is. And so the more that you allow a man to invest in you, you have power at that point, because you can leverage that. Because now, like, oh, I paid for her to go to college, you know what I'm saying? Boom. You know what? I paid her rent for the year. Boom, right? Make it work. Make it work. Make it work. Like I said, y'all don't go out on these dates and tell everybody about yourself. The little they know, the better. Oh, they do. They love to chase. Okay. And tomorrow I'm going live with Nate Blackout on Instagram. So I'm going live tomorrow, girl. I'm just, all these lives, goddamn. It's too much. It's much too hard to survive. Why make it hard for love? You know what? You're trying to work out a lot of stuff in this live. Have you gone to therapy? I've heard men say that they don't like women to chase them, but they'll let them. Yeah, I think that's the point. Be honest. Neither sex is perfect. We all have imperfections. Our imperfections can't be beautiful. Okay. But see, and this is the thing, like, this is why I say I really feel like women, like, just keep dating, like, just keep dating. And the more that you date, maintain that mystery so that you can recognize who's in front of you. Because the cap on this app is like, but I'm about to get out of here. I appreciate you guys for checking in. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, we almost have the same amount of likes versus the number of people that are in this live. So again, if you want, come on, Club Luxuriate. Oh my God, it's lit. We did that. Pink, do you believe in justice? Tip? I hate you so much. Leave me alone. Yes, another Pink Nate live. My week just got better. Yes, we will be going live tomorrow. I don't know if we probably gonna go live around anywhere between 8 and 9. Okay, 8 and 9. So I'll be going live tomorrow with Nate Blackout. He is a local black man, and he's gonna give perspective. A local black man. We get the energy. But this was a cute live. I enjoyed this. Pink, take care and be safe. Yes, and this wine definitely did a number on me. Yes. Bye, y'all.